Our mission, the first collaborative open data ecosystem for the automotive industry. Our method, radical collaboration. Mission accomplished, we are live. Let's stay radical.
We've come a long way. We're super proud and excited to be delivering on our promise together with all of you, our members. As far as I can see, we have close to 300 of you in the call. For those of you that are members of the association, part of our movement, and for those of you that don't know me, my name is Hanno Focken, Managing Director for Operations and Governance at the Catena-X Association, and I have the pleasure and privilege for facilitating our official GoLive event, as well as apparently sharing videos and handling the tech side of things, but we'll get through that as well. We are here to celebrate with all of you, our members and friends, that our hard work is finally paying off. For that, we have solution providers, operators, adopters, and governance representatives with us today that all make sure that our GoLive is the success and the culmination of innovative ideas, hard work, and fantastic group coming together to make us all stronger for the future. For our first agenda item, hoping that this works, we're excited to welcome Anja Lang, Head of Use Cases at Catena-X, an integral part of our GoLive mission critical team. Together with Anja and a core group of people within Catena-X, we've worked basically day and night to make this happen, like our GoLive event, thereby handing over the words to her for the next 10 minutes to make sure that she can share sort of what that meant. I hope that this works now. Anja, ready, set, go live.
Thank you, Hanno, for your introduction, and hello to everyone. Today is our Catena-X Day, and I'm really happy to be with you, and therefore I'm wearing my Catena-X shirt. The ones who are visiting us on the HMI booth already know this shirt, and that I'm celebrating in this shirt important Catena-X milestones. And today is one of these really important milestones. Anyone who has followed our communication over the last weeks and months should be familiar with the message on the slide. Catena-X stands for radical collaboration. Radical because we are turning a lot of things upside down that we have previously considered normal in collaboration in the automotive industry, especially for the OEMs. This is a completely new situation. And we have to shift our mindsets towards a collaboration on eye level throughout the entire automotive value chain. Catena-X addresses the top challenges of our industry and provides the solutions for what none of us can solve alone. Only in a network like Catena-X, we will be successful in the future. Today, we have the final proof. Radical collaboration works. We have gone live. We made our way from a funding project to an industrialized solution. We have achieved what no one else has done before, and this in just 2 years. The first open and interoperable data ecosystem is live. The association is growing and growing, as well as becoming more and more international. Almost 170 partners are part of the Catena-X initiative. We have invested more than 100 million in implementation. We went successfully throughout a lot of hours of antitrust and compliance clearances. We have already founded 2 international hubs. The next ones are in the making. This is extremely important as Catena can only be successful in a collaborative and global approach. We were the first in doing a lot of things. We are the first decentral operating system. We are the first Gaia-X compliant data space. Our first operating company is established. And to be honest, they did a really awesome job for today's GoLive. Thanks to the colleagues. Our first operating model is already released, policies are defined, and the second release is already around the corner. Open source is our base, which we are successively strengthening. The #1 contributor speaks for itself. And very important, we have gone through the beta phase. Many of you know me from this intensive time. Everyone involved has invested time, resources, and heart and soul. This was an important effort for today's GoLive, and everything we have live today was improved based on your feedback. Did everything work without any problems during beta? No. Did the processes run like clockwork? Unfortunately, not. Did we all learn a lot? Yes. Did we achieve a good progress for all involved parties? A really big yes. Based on these experiences of the beta phase, processes were improved, made more customer friendly, software were optimized, the operating model was improved, a support process was defined, legal topics were cleared, and much more. The performance over the last month by everyone involved has been terrific. And the result is incredible. I would like to express a big thank you to all those who have supported Catena-X, were part of it, worked out concepts with us, defined standards, developed software, have removed legal hurdles, tested and learned with us, gave us feedback, and so on and so on. A really big applause to you. We can all be extremely proud of what we have achieved. Thanks a lot. But unfortunately, it's not the time to sit back and put your feet up. Our job is not yet done. The basis is prepared and the basis is good and important. But after today's party, the work must go on. Because we are, of course, not yet ready to leverage Catena-X's full potential. Today, the scaling of the network starts. The marketplace of Catena-X will fill up more and more. The data chains will get longer and longer. We will get a feel for the use cases and their impact on our company's value creation. We will have more and more business applications and services to choose of. And we all together will transform ourselves. That all our companies will get Catena-X ready for the future. To be clear, we are all together the drivers of how quickly we develop and generate value in this network. It's not the association, it's not Cofinity alone, it's not the consortia. It's we together, step by step. The value will leverage via Catena-X for our companies and our whole industry in parallel with the adoption rate. Therefore, unfortunately, it's not the time to have any chicken and egg discussions. We need all of you joining the network fast and scaling the Catena-X idea together. Start your transformation journey today. It only works in a collaborative approach to get better and better. Radical collaboration will bring us further. Thank you for your attention.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Anja. Amazing to see what you and the team have achieved. In today's session, however, we're just getting started. In a short panel, we have leaders today from our first operating company, solution providers, and adopters here with us to share with us their GoLive story. Oliver, you as the chairman of the board of the Catena-X Association, let's start with you. The Catena-X data space is live as the first industrialized GAIA-X compliant data space, open and accessible to all partners and roles. We have our first operating company live. Others will hopefully follow soon. What goes through your mind?
I didn't sleep well last night because the last weekend was pretty much, well, I would say exciting, because there were some, as you can imagine, there are some hiccups going live. Or do we go live? Do we not go live? Are we compliant? Are we non-compliant? And so I had quite an amazing weekend that was long. So what's going through my mind? We made it. And I think this is something really unbelievable, that after 2 years and all the ups and downs, we came to this point. And I think we couldn't be, as a group of, as you mentioned, the different varieties of people are in this call, or also in an association, it could not have done any better.
Perfect.
Period.
What an intro. Marek, you as the CEO of Cofinity, from founding to go live in less than a year, did you have a similar weekend than Oliver?
Well, Oliver and I were on the phone last night, yes. But, you know, the journey in a year, if you look at the vision and then forming the consortium and the association, and then 10 bold shareholders forming Cofinity and starting the company, going out with the first version in April, you know, collecting first clients who are eager to work with us. And now we have early October, mid-October, and just in early September, the latest version of the open source code came on Tractus X, and then end of September, the new operating model came out. So it's been an amazing high-speed trajectory everybody has been on, and I'm extremely proud, not just with our Cofinity team, but with everybody who collaborated. And it's really, really unique, from big OEMs all the way to suppliers, startup companies from different parts of the industry, different parts of the supply chain. They all are pulling the string in the same direction, and that's amazing, and we will take it from here.
Perfect. Sticking to the weekend theme, Bernd, you as CEO of German Edge Cloud and the proud owner of the first Catena-X certified solution, certification has been completed a while back, right? Did you sleep well this weekend? Or were we waiting on Oliver and Marek to give you a call, or was everything planned out way in advance?
My weekend was not perfect, but I had no call with Marek and Oliver because we had the certification. No, I'm kidding. The question is, what drove us to be the first, certified supplier? From our standpoint, Catena-X is built on two major principles: the interoperability and I call it data sovereignty. Today's systems of customers are deeply integrated, and that means you have a lot of data and access. That means even you have a high risk of misusage. To address both, you have to, first of all, design standards. Catena-X did it, see the EDZ. Number two, you have defined rules and how to follow the rules, and you need certification. We believe that self-assessment is not enough. So we brought the proven functionalities of our on-site digital production system into that, I call it, system, and we certified it. Why did we that certification? We did it to get a confirmation that we understood the principles in the right way, and that we have testated it. It means that we have a certification. And we believe that customers will place Catena-X in their delivery terms, and we have seen the first delivery term sheets containing Catena-X. And to summarize it, I think in 2023, customers will focus on the business and not on the IT aspect. And in that case, Catena-X must be, I call it, ready to use.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. Jumping off that, I assume that you as a solution provider will not stick to one simple and single solution, rather like build up multiples over time. At least that's our hope at Catena-X. So if you're looking at our kits and open source components that we're providing, what's in for you as an app and service provider? Can you guide us through that a little bit?
Yes. One size fits none. That is a statement. That means you need a scalable open architecture. What does it mean? We have the certified on-site digital production system, and we have even a package, we call it the Gateway Kit. The Gateway Kit is a Catena-X kit, which contains a user interface, a database, the EDZ connector. That means you have an open system where even our partners can add additional functions and services. That means it's a part of an ecosystem. And our target is that we deliver that system and customers or partners can add what they need. That means they can create a specific enhancement, and that will be used to bring especially small, medium enterprises into a shape that they can use it not as a plug and play package, but that means that they have a fast ramp up speed and they can use Catena-X at a glance.
Perfect. Thanks a lot for that. Marek, I'm going to jump back to you for one quick question. So you have the chairman of the board behind you. You have like your first solution providers. Guide us through it a little bit from the operating perspective. Like, is everything live? Is everything functional? What else can we expect in the coming months going forward?
Yeah, thanks for that, Hanno. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So as of today, we are live with our portal, the Cofinity-X portal, into Catena-X. And we are ready to onboard our business partners and bring a digital ID to them. And by business partners, we are talking about data providers and consumers, as well as apps and services providers. Like the other two companies that we have here, so Oliver also represents BMW. Bernd has already spoken about their ambition, and I'm also super proud to know that Bernd and German Edge Cloud is going to be one of the first ones to be on our GoLive productive portal. So this is all ready and up and running and good to go, guys.
Perfect. So portal is live, solutions are there. Oliver, switching your hat a little bit from your Catena-X chairman to BMW as a potential client and adopter. What's the first thing that your company will do with the solutions that are now available on Catena-X?
Well, I thought the first thing, we'll have some champagne tonight, right? Because if this goes live, I think we have to give ourselves a toast with all people who suffered and muscled through. But as a company, if I switch now from CEO or chairman of the board Catena to what's in for me as BMW representative, so at BMW, I'm vice president for digitalization and data governance and processes for the purchasing and procurement network. So for us, it's important that we really now going to start, as Marek and as Bernd also mentioned, to activate our network. To not just say what's in for me, but I have to bring my people along and convince my partners, suppliers, that this is something not one of us can do alone. So BMW, if we join, that's not fun because we have to have an exchange partner, right? So first thing what we will do is to activate and motivate and convince our partners that this is something that we should do together. Secondly, we will focus on probably 2 to 3 use cases. The first one is something to as a warm-up, the master data management. That's something we can do on ourselves. That's a good step towards, as long as they do not have kids to play along in the sandbox, let's put it like this, to something I can hone my organization and focus my organization with the master data management, the golden record service. The other two, what we are focusing on is pretty much traceability and product carbon footprint. These are the two main things where we believe to lay the foundation, how are things connected with traceability, and really bring with our quality solutions our costs down from both sides, and then harvest on the product carbon footprint to get future-proof. And I think the quality side, you always have to balance. If you just do one use case, I strongly believe as a representative of BMW, we fall short of the wins and the quick wins that Catena offers. Catena is not strong in just offering one case. If I adopt it as an OEM or first tier or wherever I am in the value chain, I strongly believe Catena will play the major role in. I have not just one use case, I have 2 to 3 use cases because those pretty much add value to each other because they're modular. The first use case maybe cost me 100%. The second and third only cost me 50 or 40%. And this is where benefits are. And if you balance that right within your organization, I think that's the main aspect that we all have to convince our internal organizations. By doing that, we have a chance to really reduce our costs, reduce our interfaces, and make also elements like compliance, like product carbon footprint, efficiently accessible without adding too many millions of dollars for transformation.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And I'm looking also a little bit into the audience. Oliver and us all obviously are looking for exchange partners for data, thereby hoping for many of your companies to also join the network. And now with the GoLive being there, I thank you all very, very much for this quick introductory panel. Again, we're not at the end of the session yet. Now is where things get even more concrete. So when you about joining the network, we'll have a demo of our marketplace and portal coming up, as well as some roadmap statements by other companies that have joined us, our ecosystem, with our GoLive. We thank you very much again for this panel.
Hanno, before you end, because we are live, right?
Okay.
So also live in this room. So today we made the first step. And I think this is very important. Today we made the first step that we have Cofinity as one of our first service providers live. We have Bernd Kramer here, but as Marek and Bernd mentioned, this is the first out of many. Because we are federated, we would love to see more people bringing their solutions to the table to become interoperable for small, medium enterprises and for large ones, because then the value is even greater for them. And also we will focus on having additional service onboarding and operating companies ramping up over the course of the next couple of months. So just that we are sure about this is not me, myself, and I. We want to live and breathe the federation of our idea. But for that, we need you as partners who listen today to join us in the same drumbeat. You have to become active. We invite you, but you have to take the first step towards that then.
I know, maybe let me also add a little bit to that, because I wanted to give people a very concrete idea of how this works. So as Oliver is already saying, right, the network is where the value gets created. So the mission for us all together is now really to build critical mass as quickly as we can, right? When basically start spinning the flywheel where there is a lot of data providers and users or platform users, which can select from a rich set of apps, from a rich set of services providers. And for those apps providers and services providers, again, it becomes more attractive the more data providers and consumers there are, right? So this is this flywheel. And we as Cofinity, our mission is to start spinning this flywheel as quickly as we can. Yeah? So we are going to make this super simple for everybody. Yeah? There's going to be very, very minimal, if at all, hurdles to enter, right? So first of all, we already have several large companies like BMW was reporting who are in the process of onboarding their suppliers. Then we are going to make it super simple for both apps providers and data providers to join. Yeah? And then there is already a large set of partners who are ready to become enablement services providers. So, it's supported by the large ones. We make it super simple for the smaller ones, for the SMEs, and the enablement partners, they're all ready. And combining that with this, perspective of onboarding additional operating companies, building larger chunks of the networks in bulk and at scale. That's really how we will get the flywheel spinning.
Hanno, one wish, make it short. If anybody is interested, give Marek or me a call and we arrange a proof of concept to test, to double check what we did.
And that's exactly the spirit. If we do not take the first step, if we do not eat our own dog food, it will not work. So I think, Bernd, you couldn't be even a better closing word as you just brought up. I would like to express my personal gratitude to all of you guys. Over the weekend, I saw in LinkedIn so many posts from individuals who said, hey, I'm part of Catena. And that's a great campaign you guys started that we are wrapping up and ramping up for the GoLive. So thank you all for those individual contributions in LinkedIn or via LinkedIn. I love them. Hopefully I liked all of them. I commented on most of them. Thank you for that. Keep the momentum going. Keep the flywheel turning and spin it faster. And Hanno, now you can officially say we're done, right?
Exactly. And
And I think this is a nice representation of like how Catena works, right? Like we start off the conversation with something concrete, and then like as you see, the more creativity, the more engagement you get around the table, the conversation keeps flowing and the contributions keep flowing, hopefully also in the future. With that said, again, the try to move it to something more concrete with our demo of the marketplace and our roadmap statements moving forward. Thank you again to all of our panelists. All of them, as you've just heard, are available for reaching out, like for, as they mentioned, proof of concepts and other ways to get engaged in Catena. And we're looking forward to having you as you've all been contributing so far. Moving on. Full stop.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.
As mentioned, getting concrete. And now we're moving on to roadmap statements by individual representatives of our operating environment. For those of you that have been with Catena from the beginning, you remember we separate ourselves a little bit into like development environment, governance, the association, as well as our operating environment. It's getting concrete. We're talking about data exchange live. Thereby we have 4 representatives of our operating environment here. The beginning and the start will be given by Marek once again from Catena-X, followed by individual solution providers that are active currently on our operating environment before we then drive directly into a demo of the marketplace.
As mentioned, getting a little bit more concrete, we're moving on now to roadmap statements and a demo of the marketplace. The next one, speaking on that behalf, will be Marek, starting us off, who will then hand over to several solution providers, as well as then finally like a demo of our Catena-X marketplace. Moving on and handing over directly to you, Marek.
Thanks a lot, Hanno, and just a very, very brief outlook on the roadmap at Cofinity. And so, as I already said, we are ready. The portal is there. We are starting to onboard business partners. We are putting first apps and services first on our marketplace. And I know there's a bunch of clients who are already pretty much scratching at our door and asking us, when can we start? When can we start? When can we start? So the simple answer is we are ready. We are super fast. So what you are getting right now is different types of landing zones also, where there's a productive environment. There is also a pre-productive environment where potentially if you want to try something in a sandbox first, we offer that to you as well. And looking forward for the next to the end of the year. So we are bringing our first apps and services, but what is more important is we are really going to be focusing on bringing partners on board. As I was saying about the flywheel, it's truly only going to work in a true ecosystem style. And I know there is a bunch of companies out there who have already tested with us during beta and who are currently moving onto the GoLive environment, doing their certifications as quickly as they can. And part of them have already achieved that, as we heard from Bernd. So that's pretty much what we are doing. And our goal is to release new versions of the software roughly every 8 weeks with new features coming to you. Plus, of course, also staying close with the Catena release cycles. So whenever there is something happening more under the hood, which requires an update from our side, we would do that in between. But for you as the end user, no matter in what role, you can expect frequent updates roughly every 8 weeks. Yeah. And I think I will hand over to Sebastian, who is the CEO of Soveti, one of the first providers also coming to our marketplace. Over to you, Sebastian.
Hey, good evening.
It's the color.
It's the color. It's green, and I think the GoLive is green, right? So no, thank you for letting me also talking a bit on around the GoLive. So we as Soveti, we are founded to explicitly get the flywheel kickstarted. So this word flywheel was mentioned quite often today, and this is what we also want to enable. So who are we? We were part of the beta phase. We are shaping data spaces since its origin. And how do we do that? We have identified that many different, let's say complex software components, processes, and so on needs to be covered. And this is what we want to, where we want to lower the entry barrier for every company who is interested to participate in Catena-X. And this covers, on the one hand, the onboarding process. This covers guidance on where to start, what to do. This covers also technical components, for example, the connector, digital twin registries, so that really everything can be just used and you don't need to reinvent the wheel. So sticking to the wheel again. And this is also what we are quite happy, so that we are now can be part of the live marketplace, that you can find us there. You can reach out to us if you're interested to support topics like traceability. If you have an existing app and now you want to become Catena-X certified. So we really want to accelerate Catena-X and this as fast as possible, so that we don't have the chicken and egg problem anymore. So let's get started. And let's get, become all part of the live system, and let's exchange data in a sovereign way. So looking forward to this. Now handing over to Nadine.
Okay, perfect. Sebastian, thanks a lot for the handover. And as SAP and one of the founding members of Catena-X, we are very excited about the official go live today and happy to share with you also our first market-ready Catena-X business application. So let's have a look together on our solution offering. So starting with the foundation use case, parts traceability, we heard it currently also from Sebastian. So if you would like to kick off your Catena-X journey, traceability is one of the use cases to start with. So with our SAP Business Network Material Traceability, we offer you a network-based cloud solution that provides transparency and traceability across entire supply chains. And by capturing really the complete material origin from raw material to the finished product, it creates a trusted value chain for up and downstream product technology. And it enables you also to set up the basis product information for further use cases like sustainability, for example. And for sure, our solution is already officially Catena-X certified, available on the Catena-X on the Cofinity-X marketplace, and available for you. Our second Catena-X certified and market-ready use case is in the area of sustainability, where we also experienced during the beta phase a high interest to start and kick off the Catena-X journey. So with SAP Sustainability Data Exchange, you can achieve a carbon neutral supply chains by sharing your product carbon footprints with standardized Catena-X data models and workflows and exchange information seamlessly, following here also for sure the Catena-X requirements. And furthermore, there will be certified also our quality management solution, which enables you to identify and solve quality problems faster. And of the core of the solution is to discover product defects earlier, find collaborative root causes along the value chain, and identify then also for sure affected vehicles, components, and charges. And we also have a special offer for the EDC, which will be a new capability of our SAP integration suite, the so-called data space integration, which enables you also in convenient, secure, and self-sovereign data exchange in the data spaces. And there will be a lot of more solutions coming up from us also, like, for example, the marketplace, SAP and Core for circular economy, or also our collaborative demand and capacity management solution. And we say at SAP, the fastest way is to move forward together. So for those who are also want to join or are interested in the mentioned solutions, get in touch and with me, and happy to show you more details or a live demo. And of course, all of our solutions meet the Catena-X interoperability requirements, which means that they are also interoperable with other solution providers, such as Siemens, for example. So I would like to hand over to the next speaker, Wolfgang.
Thank you, Nadine. Hello, everybody. We have made it. I want to say this is really an exciting and special day for me. Siemens has been part of the Catena-X project from the beginning. We are convinced that the network can provide a boost for more efficiency and resilience and sustainability for the entire automotive industry. In the Catena-X project, we at Siemens are currently working in 8 use cases.
And for 2 use cases, we will have applications very, very soon. The first application is Seagreen. Seagreen is our CO2 management tool. This tool allows you to manage emissions along the entire supply chain. And we use Catena-X for the data exchange in the automotive industry. And for us and for you all, Catena-X is the way to be able to offer such an application for an entire industry. And this is possible because Catena-X ensures the interoperability with other providers of the same use case, like you have heard from Nadine from SAP before. Seagreen will be available very soon in the Cofinity Apps App Store. Yeah, we have already tested it during the beta phase in the last months. So definitely something you can directly contact us at Siemens Carbon Footprint with Seagreen, and you can immediately start working with it, testing that on Catena-X. Further offerings from Siemens are, for example, trusted traceability, which will come very soon. And we will also offer enablement services for the Catena-X environment. Those things are nearly to be finalized and will follow very soon. I personally believe that today is really a starting point of a new era of data economy. I wish us all best of luck. Thank you all. And yeah, let's move forward.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Wolfgang. Now we're moving on. I mentioned it before. I teasered it a little bit onto our Catena-X Cofinity-X marketplace demo, where you will present it with a live demo of the live marketplace of Cofinity-X. I am going to head over to Eric for that from Cofinity-X.
Hello, everyone. Today, I want to show you how to get onboarded to the Catena-X network within the Cofinity-X portal. As well, if you are onboarded as a business application provider, I will demonstrate real quick how to onboard a new application. Likewise, of course, also for service providers, services can be onboarded starting from today. So let's have a quick look at the system. The first step is always to receive an invitation. Once you're invited by one of your business partners or by Cofinity-X, you will receive 2 emails. The first one will point you to your onboarding and the registration screen. And the second one contains an initial password, which of course during the login process must be updated. Once your company registration is completed, you will be able to select your company here from all the companies which are already part of the Catena-X network. So let's just quickly log in as the Cofinity GmbH. Depending on the role of your company, whether you are a data provider or consumer, or whether you are a business application provider or service provider, you have multiple and various options. So for example, the marketplace, so the application marketplace, as well as the service marketplace, this is available for everyone in the network who is registered. So let's quickly have a look on the marketplace. There are various apps already listed, like the Golden Record Service, fraud prevention, another business partner application, or other applications which are going to be listed here on that marketplace for various use cases in the next couple of days. The same applies, of course, also for the service marketplace. Also here we have the possibility to onboard and to make use of enablement services, of advisory services, and much more the Catena-X networks offers to its participants. So now, as a business application provider, the question is, how do I onboard my application? Pretty easy. Just go on App Maintenance and click on Onboard a new application. So in this case, I've already prepared an application which is currently in draft state. So let's quickly have a look what needs to be added and how this process of onboarding a new application really works. So first of all, there's an overview page. That's this overview tile where you just have to select the app title, and it's directly updating here on the tile as well. A short description of the application, and of course, you need to select one of the use cases, various use cases Catena-X is supporting. In this case, we have onboarded a traceability application. So of course, the use case traceability needs to be selected. Enter some keywords. And select the languages the app is supporting. Once this is selected, there can be a logo, app logo being uploaded, and we simply click on Save and Proceed. You are able to upload your company logo, which is, of course, necessary to demonstrate that you are the one providing this application to the Catena-X network. There are various additional fields which are supporting additional app details on the marketplace, like long descriptions or also highlight images like screenshots or marketing images from your application. We have various possibilities to add key features and to promote those key features on the marketplace itself. So let's quickly just add a key feature here. Just add the key feature title and a short description. Additional possibilities to upload images or even to add an embedded video, for example, from YouTube. On the next screen, everything is about documentation and privacy. So if you have any reference documents, if you have any case studies with existing customers and users of the application, make use of the opportunity to get this uploaded and get this distributed within the network. Documents part is optionally, whereas privacy, of course, is a mandatory feature. So you need to highlight which attributes are being collected, stored within your application that are either linked to the user's identity or whether there is anything which is tracked but not linked to personal data. Last but not least, on this privacy page, please update the provider information. So give a contact of the for this particular application and also a phone number. Whereas the phone number, as you can see here, is optional. The second last step is about pricing. First, it starts with a pricing overview. So you can just add some highlights on your pricing model of this application. And then it goes into further details. It starts with the selection, whether you have a free trial of the app, yes or no, or whether you even have a free version of the application. There might be the possibility and the need also to add additional links to existing landing pages, to existing pricing details, which you already have on your website. And then we are going into the pricing plans itself. There are multiple options to create pricing plans. Up to 5 pricing plans can be created. And you simply just select the amount and of course, or define the amount and of course also the pricing model and the payment frequency. We go to the next page. It's about the technical integration, specifically on the roles. So roles are being uploaded. These are the roles which are used within your application, the user roles. So for example, you might have admin roles. Just enter the role name and a brief description about the role and the authorization. Add the role, and you see this is the admin we just created a couple of seconds ago. That's it. Now on the last page, it's just about reviewing what you've entered. Check. And submit the application for listing on the marketplace. Once the marketplace operators, like us from Cofinity-X, have reviewed your application, it will be automatically published and available for your users to subscribe on the marketplace itself. The same process can, of course, also be done just by service providers. Similar to the app onboarding self-service, there's also a service onboarding self-service already available. Now the big question for the third group of companies, the data providers and consumers, is where do I register my EDC? And this just happens here in the technical integration, EDC integration navigation item. Just click on register your new connector, select the company connector, add the URL which you got from your EDC provider and hit on confirm. So now you can see that this connector was created successfully and added within the portal. The registration is still pending. It will take 1 or 2 minutes, and then also this asynchronous call is completed. You can see here for your connector, which I recently connected and made available to the Catena-X network, this one is already active. So in a nutshell, starting from today, you will be able to onboard to the Catena-X network. You are able to log into the Cofinity-X portal, register your connector. As a business application provider, you can make use of the onboarding self-service and list your applications. The same, of course, you also can do as a service provider, be it for enablement services or for advisory services. Make use of it.
Great. Thank you, Eric. We're almost done. Like, it's past 6 p.m. We know we're running a little bit late, but I hope that you're still going to stick with us, because we have a surprise guest with us. For everybody active in Catena-X, Gaia-X should also be well known to everybody. So we have with us today Roland Fadrani, COO of Gaia-X, with us to give us his perspective on us as Catena-X as the first Gaia-X compliant live data space. Roland, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you.
Happy to have you.
Thanks for the invitation. First, a big congrats to Catena-X. What an achievement. It's a huge organization. It's a huge project. And to be first, one have to start early. But starting early brings a whole bunch of other issues and uncertainties, especially when two organizations like Catena and Gaia need to align during the process. And it's a little bit like building airplanes, but after takeoff. And so I think that was a very interesting experience, but we managed it all, and we managed all the blocks and all the bumps we had to go through to get a fully compliant Lighthouse project into the market. So really congrats and thank you for that, because I think it's super important for the whole idea of Gaia and data sharing to show how it's real and how you can monetize on it at the end. The Lighthouse projects are our customers. So our customer success is basically our success. So that's why I'm really happy that we could jointly announce this today. And when you look into the future, with Manufacturing X on the horizon, Catena-X role will not only be that you're the first fully Gaia-X compliant initiative. I think you will have an instrumental role in leading other large projects towards success. Not doing it, but sharing best practices, maybe sharing what to avoid. And the next projects will have it way easier, because when you are launching today, we had launched the latest specification for compliance in Vienna at the Market X, and on this summit, we will have it up and running live. And your partner T-Systems is one of the clearinghouses that you're using, and there are 20 to 25 more that already applied for this. And that is also something we have in common. It's like this divide and conquer, you know, have a federated service. We will have federated clearinghouses, and that's the direction we're going. So market adoption is key. And I think this success of Catena is instrumental for both of us. So I'm looking forward to a bright future and successful future. And many thanks. And again, congrats for your efforts.
Great. Well, thank you so much for stopping by with your visit. Like, I hope that we'll continue the collaboration going forward, and this won't be the last time we meet for an exciting event. Amazing. We're almost at the stop. Oliver is turning on as well. We'll have like a few little words like to close off the event. Overall, I would say like it's very reflective of how Catena-X works. We've put a lot of effort and energy into like the technological components and making the GoLive work. As you can see, sometimes we're a little bit sacrificing a little bit of technical details and like in terms of the communication of the events here. If for all of those involved on the tech side, we understand like it's been I think a few weeks since we've planned this event and really made it go happen and go live. So also a big thanks to you guys. But Oliver, over to you. Quick question: are we done? Can we pack up our things now and tell ourselves Gaia-X is live, Catena-X is live, mission accomplished? That's it. Give over the torch to somebody else, or is there still work to do?
Yeah, we all can go home. I think that's the good story, right? We should go home, enjoy tonight, because tomorrow will be a new day. But long story short, thank you very much, Hanno, and all for the participants who brought us here. And also special thanks to Roland, who was the person on the weekend to help us out, that we are connected and that Catena and Gaia is really able to collaborate and to find results. So thank you very much, Roland, for your personal sacrifice and also dedication to bring us two together. But are we done? For the first step, let's say, yes, we're done. The first step is done, and now we go to the next step. The next step, I think we saw that you can upload apps, you can upload services that are now accessible for your potential customers to consume. And the next step, once we consume, you want to exchange data in a trusted way. And I think Catena is ready for that. Is this the final version of a data space? Is this the final application that you will ever see in your life? Hopefully not, because we are developing. And the cool thing is, in the consortium, we come to an end. We introduce kits. We introduce operating environments and frameworks, which will make you as an association part of our collaboration and mutual development, meaning it's time for you to step up the game, become active in Tractus-X, join the development community, and put your hands on code, data, and services and create value. Because as Roland mentioned, it is not about Catena only, but we can be seen as the blueprint for the industry that are out there. If it's Factory X, if it's Aerospace X, if it's Energy X, if it's Health X, whatever X you can imagine, I think you guys kicked something off that we should all be proud of. So enjoy tonight, enjoy what you achieved, and really take a deep breath. And tomorrow you have to get connected. Take care. Thank you very much. Thank you, Hanno. And thank you for the team who set up this call. Although all we had those struggles, ups and downs, I think we muscled through. Thank you very much. Bye, Roland. Bye, team.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Oliver. That's it for our event today, but not without a very big word of thanks for the BMWK and their continuous support for our Kickstarter consortium. Ernst and Nina, specifically, without you, we would all very likely not be sitting here today. Big word of thanks from all of us at the Catena-X family. We hope to see you all soon. And as Oliver said, we won't be gone tomorrow. We'll be back at work, starting on the next iteration of our kits, of the next sort of like operating company, of our like providing value to suppliers, to solution providers, and. But for tonight, celebration. Thanks again to everybody. We'll do a quick outro, and then we hope that all of you have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.